and welcome back to the Western Wilds. The grass has regrown, so we're going to get one more cut of silage before ploughing it in and reseeding it. Let's get farming. So today is going to be a pretty busy day. We have a lot of work to get done. We're going to be starting off in the David Brown here, getting this going with the mower. We'll also use the rower on this as well, and then I'll probably use the MB track on the actual forage wagon, and that is because the MB track will be a lot less thirsty running on that, so that should work out fairly well for us. If I can get everything cut by midday, I will be very happy. Cut, rode and collected by midday, I'll be very happy. That will make things a lot easier for us, because then we can turn around in the afternoon. We need to plow. We need to probably plow, lime, seed and roll everything this afternoon, so it is going to be quite a big job. We'll get this tractor doing the ploughing, and then we'll have a pretty good setup going forwards. And I'm gonna set my verge, the distance at the edge of the field, based on giving us enough space to run around the edge here. This should work out fairly well for us. Is that going to unfold? Yes. It takes so long to unfold this mower, it really does. But it's worth it once it does. So this will give us a good idea of where the edge of our field is. Down it goes. We want to try and drive as straight as possible along this edge. Just define this as much of a north-south edge as we can. And yeah, give us a good distance along here. I am going to add a load of bushes and bits and pieces in between these fields. I think there's some good space to do that. However, I might also just go and cut into this area here a bit as well. It's quite a big gap between, and we don't necessarily need to have such square fields, especially as we've got quite a distance to that tree, and we're not really going to be going that far. A little bit further. Yeah, I think a cut to there will do nicely. So we'll lift that up, turn around, and we might have gone a little bit deeper than that field. In fact, I think we've probably gone right up to the edge here. Not an issue at all. Quite happy with that. So yeah, I'm going to define the headlands here, and then once I've done that, we will come back and start getting the main body of the field done as well. The more I can cut here, the better off we'll be. So I have decided to cut a little bit of a notch into here. It's not a massive one. I'm trying to leave roughly the same amount of space as I would get in the other field, in between the two other fields. And then we'll put a hedge or something a little bit more up to the edge here. But this just gives us this little smattering, this little extra space here. It's only a couple of mowers wide, so it should be fairly easy to control and work. And yeah, it should work out fairly well for us in just adding that little bit extra to this field. Now, I am going to be cutting this and then ploughing the grass in after we've collected all this up, because this is currently just not really considered to be good grass. When we look on the map, it's not even considered grass as a crop, so it needs to be got up and sorted in order to maximize our yield potential from it. What's going to be very interesting is coming in here afterwards, and when we do our next cut, probably after harvest, and seeing what the difference in the amount we get to put into our silo is. If we can put a considerable amount more into our silo, this is definitely going to be worth doing. Now, as I did last time here, I'm going to open this up so that we can now do this field in 3 parts. The middle section we will open up with a cut-in and then work our way through that until we have widened it enough to get the 2 side bits done. So we're heading down the field exactly 0 degrees, and we can open this cut-in up here. We want this to be in 0 degrees because all of our following rows will be taken out of this. I think this looks fairly central up the middle of the field, which is great, and should mean that we get this done pretty efficiently. I think we're going to be in a fairly good position once we start getting the windrower on here. We can do follow me because we now have 2 tractors. We can have the Mercedes following behind, get that collecting as we windrow, and that will then speed everything up. That will mean that we are going through this a lot quicker, and we'll get 2 jobs done at once. And similarly, when we are doing the seeding later on, we will be able to get this tractor rolling in one field while we finish off the seeding in the second, speeding that job up as well. I think we're just about there for the middle cut. That's looking fairly even either side. Yeah, we're now cutting a little bit further than is left on either side. So I want to start working on getting the rest of this field done. So rather than cut on the inside for the next run, we'll head out to the outside and cut along here. Fairly nicely in the middle there. I'm going to find out, I think, how many cuts we have on either side, just to see how accurate I was in my cut, but I think I was fairly spot on. I'm pretty happy with how that's gone, and it's only just coming up to about 10 o'clock, so we are nicely on track to have this all done. Just gone 10 past 10, so it's taken us about 15 minutes roughly to get this section of the field done. So another 15 for the other side there. We have a good chance of getting all the mowing done by 11 o'clock. The slow part of this part of the job, but I don't think this is going to be the slowest job we do today. I think that is probably going to go to the ploughing. That is the one thing that does worry me. I have concerns that we have 2 fields to plough. And last time we did that, last time we got 2 fields actually ploughed, took us 2 days. Both those 2 fields was sort of a 2-day job to get those all done. It's going to be a tight one. I think that we might have an issue possibly getting everything done. We're going to give it a go. We're going to see if we can actually get through it all. This one will be the priority because, of course, this will be the bigger one. We will want to get cut again first. Yeah, if it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. But that would be disappointing because, well, basically, if we can get this all done today, that means we can properly skip forward to harvest time. And get our fields harvested because we don't have anything really to do on the farm other than actually selling and getting the silage into our BGA. So tomorrow that is probably going to be our job, is actually getting the silage into the BGA, getting that sold, and using that money to set up for the harvest. So that when our crops ripen, we have the combine ready, we have the trailer ready, and we're ready to go. And of course, we're going to need a baler as well. I need to go and find a nice era-appropriate baler to bale up the straw from the oats, so that we can use that for animals eventually, if not to sell as well and get some extra money in. So it's yeah, it's going to be another shopping day next time once we have sold the silage to fund our harvest, and will be very interesting to see how much we actually raise off here. We might raise as much as 80,000 off these two fields, which would be perfect for us. I mean, that would very nicely set us up for the harvest. And our first field is cut and done. There we go. Right, let's lift this up, line ourselves up along here so that we do this about the same place. So I want to be about here-ish. Yeah, which is roughly where we did it last time. We know we've actually got a fair amount of space out to the left here, even cutting it here. But I want to leave a little bit of space there. We do want to do it at 180 this time. We were way off angle last time, so this will go a little bit further out. I don't think we'll hit the stump of the tree that we cut out here, and we should then keep things nice and tidy without too much hassle. I found the stump, so the stump is around about here. There we are. So right by this here. So we're not right at the edge of our thing. That pretty much marks the boundary. So we're well within it. I don't mind that. That's absolutely fine, and we can work with that. Just don't want to get so close to the edge of the land we own that we are unable to actually pick the grass up when it gets cut. So I'm being a little bit cautious and a little bit wary of that. And so a little bit inside is not a big problem, especially as we could probably put in some bushes or some hedgerows or something like that to mark it a bit better as well. All in all, though, that's working fairly well, and we just need to go around, get these headlands now, and this field we probably won't even need to divide because it's not very wide. I've been around the field 3 times. It's taken me till 11:30 to do that, but as you can see, what we have left is not really worth going down the middle of and turning into 3 sections. So I'm just going to go up and down this, get this finished off, and hopefully we can do this by midday, because by my reckoning we're now running a little bit behind. We need to catch up and need the time to get these fields plowed, and at the moment we're really pushing it. Well, the good news is that we are just about done here. I am on the last row and trying to make sure that we do catch everything we can. I've got a little bit to clean up on my way back to the farmyard, as you can see there. But otherwise, we've got this done. The bad news is that it has ticked past midday, so it's 4 minutes past 12 at the moment. We're a little bit behind. I'm hoping we can catch up. Normally, this wouldn't be a problem. Normally, we'd actually be looking pretty good at the moment, because all I'd be doing is needing to go through, get it rowed and collected, and then the grass field rolled. But because we are having to plough it and lime it and reseed it and roll it as well today, this is probably a fair way behind. I might have been better using the time that we had yesterday to have come in here and cut this a little bit early. We would have had a lower yield here, but we would have got 2 cuts of the higher yield done this year. As it is at the moment, we're in serious danger of not actually making a 3rd cut this year. And a 2nd cut with the larger yield, which is concerning, because it's good. That is actually going to be quite a large amount of money that we're not going to be able to get off the farm this year. I've hooked up the David Brown to the windrower. We're going to hook up the MB track now to this, which does as it should. And then what we can do is line this up here and make sure that we have the David Brown selected. There we go. And then these two can go in tandem out to the field. And, oh yeah, I filled the David Brown up as well because it was getting a little bit low on fuel. Interestingly, that is not moving. And I'm wondering why. I'm guessing I left it in reverse or something. What is it? That's weird. Let's take this off. Drive this forward. We do get this instant sometimes where stuff won't follow. If this isn't going to run on follow me today, we are going to have a problem because we really, really need it to work. Yeah, no, reverse is all good. Let's try this again then. It's all hooked up behind. And it is following. Oh, we got it on paused. There we go. That is following now. Perfect. Right, and out, and yep, it's following behind. So when we get it to the field, we will take it off follow me. We'll unfold it, get it picking up, and then it will be able to actually get stuff picked up as we're going through the field, which of course is exactly what we want. Let's come onto here. We'll unfold this. Line it up there like so. Wait for our Mercedes to come in behind us. Take this off the follow me. Turn on the pickup. Oh, unfold the wagon. There we go. Start it up. Set the pickup down. Put it on the follow me. Like so. So we've got a driver in there doing it. Then we'll lower this down. So this is then doing that. And yeah, I think we'll try and keep some fairly straight rows on this, just to make it easier on our following tractor to pick things up. Otherwise, turning corners and things, it's going to have a problem, and we have the space to get it to do it on here as well. We're about halfway across the field, and I'm keeping a close eye on the forage wagon because I think it's getting fairly full. How's that doing? No, it's still going. There's still a little bit of a way to go. Also trying not to put any of this out on the roadway, so I think we're gonna have a little bit of clearing up to do at the end of this, but that's always the case when you're using a hired worker like this. All in all, though, this is going fairly smoothly. It's only just coming up to 1 o'clock, and we are a decent way through this field. Follower stopped. Okay, I think that is because the follower is full, which will make me very happy if it is, because yeah, we've got a full trailer, so we're able to now go and dump this. And I have an idea for what we want to keep an eye on while we're loading this up, because we want to know exactly how much of this we are putting into our silo before we actually ferment any of it. I'm going to bring this round here, back it up to the silo, and before we actually get the silo running, I want to check that it's not turned on, and it is turned on at the moment. So let's deactivate. Oh no, that's the BGA. So no, grass silage isn't turned on. BGA was turned on, and actually I want to turn that off because that is costing us money for running nothing. But yeah, grass silage is turned off. We have no grass in here. So now what we can do is just tip this in here, and that will then tell us exactly how much grass we get off these two fields today, and put us in a position where we can compare these two fields as they are now with these two fields as they are once they've been replanted. I'm beginning to get a little bit of a horrible sinking feeling. This is only our second load, so we've only got 26,000 liters in here. I think we are going to get about 25,000 liters of silage out of that. We need about 50,000 pounds in order to actually have enough money to buy everything we need for the harvest. That is not going to be enough. If we only have one more trailer of grass to come off here, that is only going to be about 39,000 liters of grass, so about 36,000 liters of silage. I don't know if we're going to generate enough money in the BGA through electricity to actually make enough money to buy the combine, buy the header, and buy a header and buy a header trailer and a trailer as well. We may have to forfeit the header trailer, which around here is not a massive issue, but I think we're gonna have to buy a very cheap trailer in order to actually hit our target of what we need to get. It's gonna be tight, and I think we might need another cut of silage in order to do everything, especially if we're gonna get a baler. A baler is gonna definitely at this point require another cut of silage, because we are just not gonna make enough money off this cut to earn enough to do all of it, I don't think. It looks like we're coming up to our third full load here. In fact, yeah, there we go. The other tractor has stopped. So I'll go tip that out. So this will take us up to 39,000 liters of grass. I don't know, we might get fairly close to our target here. Oh, I think we're definitely going to have enough money to get the combine done. Whether we have enough to buy a trailer, I don't know. We might have to end up selling the fertilizer stroke lime spreader in order to actually get what we want to get. And we definitely don't have enough money to buy a grain store or the windmill that we want. So yeah, another cut of silage is gonna be needed, preferably before harvest, but I honestly don't see how we're going to achieve that at the moment. So this is the final row of grass. Our MB track is coming up behind. I have a couple of little bits in that corner there. So what I'm actually going to do is just swing things around. Oh, let's see if we can finally get this section from the edge there. Yes, that has got that. Right, and we'll fold this up. So lift it and fold it. Let the MB track catch up so that we can then stop it and get it to go. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it now. Make sure that I get these last few bits that are hanging around, so I don't have to go back too much. And yeah, it is 20 to 3 in the afternoon. So we basically now have 2 hours to get these fields. Wow. To get these fields not only ploughed, but seeded and also rolled and limed. I don't think that's really achievable. I think we're gonna end up in a position again where we have where we're left off with not enough. I'm getting every last little bit of grass here though, because we are at another 12,000 liters. We have broken 50,000 liters for this, so I'm happy with that. That's some really good news, and means that we might actually have all the money we need for the harvest, especially if we have enough to get our windmill. I am gonna be ecstatic because this is gonna be tough. I've actually got my fingers crossed. We've probably got 3 months before harvest comes based on the growth of our fields at the moment. Will the combine show up on offer? Will a combine show up on offer? That would be just miraculous if that happens. So we're gonna keep an eye out for that. We're gonna see if the money turns up that will, or the whether our luck holds for what we've had so far. And if it does, I will be praising the farm sim gods, because it's tight. It's really, really tight at the moment. Right, let's back this up onto here. Connect this all up. Lift it. And by the time I've got this all hooked up, yeah, crawling into the yard in second gear comes our MB track. Oh, this will get the lime done very quickly. It is purely how long this ploughing takes me now. So I'm going to try and turn it round as quickly as I can. First, I want to see exactly how much grass we have in our silo. That is emptied. So there we go, 51,082 liters. We drop 5 liters for every 100. So yeah, we should get about 50,000 liters silage. Let's activate that now that I have that recorded. Oh no, not the chaff silage. We want to activate the grass silage. That should all process today. So we should have an answer at the end of this as to exactly how much silage we're going to have to sell tomorrow, and therefore see roughly where we stand. I think we should have enough for the combine. It's whether we have enough for anything else after that. So with the plow on the back, it's 3:10. I am going to turn on create fields, double check that's done. Yep. We will line ourselves up at the edge as best we can. We're going to try and restrict it to where we've been cutting grass today. And yeah, there we go. Nice and straight up the edge of the field here. And we're gonna be creating things and hopefully get this planted. I don't see how. As I said, I don't see how we're gonna get this planted. I do think that we are gonna get it all plowed today at the very least. Worst case scenario, we end up replanting all this grass tomorrow and just end up a day behind. I decided that this corner here, what we can actually do is curve it round a bit, because this field next to it kind of comes in a bit like that. So I'm just gonna make that an easier thing for me to work long term. I'm liking the shape of that quite nicely. Should make this field just a little bit easier to work overall. It seems to be that this is working okay. I would be very happy if I can get this field plowed in the next half an hour. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think that's very much a pipe dream, though. Time has gone past 4 o'clock. We are not halfway through this field, so looks like my plans for today were a little bit ambitious. I had hoped very much to have this reseeded. That is not going to be the case. So it's very much going to be up to now whether what we've managed to harvest here today has been enough. I might be able to get a cut of grass in August if I'm lucky. It partly depends on whether if that's going to be the time of year that we need to harvest. It's possible the oats and the sorghum might go into September. If they do, that would be good for us because we'll be able to get a well, we'll at least be able to get a partially grown cut of grass silage and kind of reset things a little bit. It may not give us the full picture about how productive these meadows will be, though. So yeah, it's not the outcome I liked. It was pretty ambitious what I was trying to achieve today, and yeah, we are not going to achieve it at this point. I just don't see how. We will get these plowed though, and I'm gonna, if you don't mind the pun, plow on as I try to get these fields ready. We'll get them limed, seeded and rolled next time, and probably try and sell the silage and get set up for harvest. But for today, we've got a little bit while to go, and we'll see if we can get this all finished. I've said it before, this little David Brown works so well with this plow. It's just a match made in heaven. It is eating through this field. Part of our problem has been just that it's taken us so long today to get to this point. But it is doing a good job. We are about halfway through the field. So I reckon that we're probably going to be going till about 5:30 on this field, which means we're not even going to get both fields done today, which is a pity. But it is working its way through it quite well. It's running at 8 miles an hour, whereas we know the other tractor just sort of sat there at 3-4 miles an hour on this. So yeah, doing much better than the MB track was on this plow. One thing I have noticed, or one thing I do know, is that this is not the most realistic way to use a non-turning plow like this. Unfortunately, I can't overly remember exactly how you use this plow realistically. In real life, if I was doing this way, I'd be creating ridges and troughs all the way across the field, and you don't really want to do that. So yeah, there must be a way to get this plow to work effectively on a field without causing that to happen. Time has just gone 6 o'clock, and we're getting very close to the end of this field. I think today has been one of those very ambitious days that just hasn't quite been able to be pulled off. I record my intros to the video before I do anything else, and yeah, today I think was just very, very ambitious in what I wanted to try and get done. We are going to get this field done. We will get this field plowed today. We'll have to plant it next time though, and similarly our other field, the one by the river and the side of the farm, that will need to be plowed and limed and all done tomorrow. I think it's going to cost us a bit. I think we're going to end up either cutting early in August or cutting early before winter comes in November. Either way, we're going to get one reduced yield cut off the grass this year, unfortunately. Not much I can do about that, and that is just the way the cookie crumbles. I'm going to get the headlands done and finish this field off now. But really, all that remains is for me to say...
Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.